Welcome back to Coffee and Tea with Carrie V. I'm Carrie V, your biggest fan, the person who believes in you even before you fully believe in yourself. We are talking all things leadership, all things communication, all things life. And we're going to jump right in today with today's topic, which is the power of doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Doesn't that sound glorious sometimes to just do nothing? And yet, how many times do we take the time to do nothing? I'm not talking about sitting down to watch a movie with the family, but you are simultaneously Googling who's in the movie, or checking your email, or texting your friends, or just checking out Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok. You're not doing nothing. You're not watching a movie. You're multitasking. And multitasking creates this stress, which spikes your cortisol. It's not doing nothing, it's actually putting you in stress mode. And many of us say we're doing nothing, which is monotasking, just doing nothing, but we're really multitasking, raising our stress levels. So we're talking today about this amazing power of doing absolutely nothing. There is a percentage, and it's pretty high, and I don't know where the study comes from, but it says that nearly 80% of people have their best ideas while in their shower. I'm going to guess it's really probably higher than that. When you're in the shower and your brain can just wander freely, your mind can just wander freely, we unlock the potential for all these great ideas to come in. I actually have a notebook in the shower so that I can take notes on ideas that come to my head while I'm in the shower doing nothing. I'm not in there with my phone. I'm not I'm just letting my mind wander. But we can recreate that in so many different ways. We can literally create time every single day to do nothing. Maybe start with 5 minutes and work up to an hour if you can of scheduled time to do nothing. We will give our phones time to charge. But very rarely do we actually give ourselves time to charge. We go from one task to the next, very often doing multiple tasks at once. But there is so much power in giving our bodies and our brains a break and relaxing and really doing nothing at all. We don't have to have our schedule so full so that our Google Calendar or our Apple Calendar just goes from color to color to color to color to color with no breaks in between, because we don't really want to spend time doing nothing, because then we might find ourselves thinking about things that we would rather forget. But by taking time to do nothing and let our minds just wander, we actually come up with the solutions to those things that we're trying not to think about, because we're doing nothing. And by doing nothing, we allow ourselves to tap into a deep section of ourselves that allows the problem solving part to come back out. It's quite powerful to do absolutely nothing. Let's talk about 3 things that doing nothing provides in our lives, creates in our lives. Doing nothing equals greater productivity, which seems counterintuitive. If we're not out there doing, how can we actually be creating something? How can we be being more productive? But it's because our brain is allowed to relax. We don't need to be in intense concentration all the time. We can take breaks, let our brains shut down, let our brains just think of it like laying on the beach on a beautiful sand cloud on a sunny day, listening to the waves. If that's your thing, maybe your thing is the mountains, wherever it is your thing, you're there doing nothing between these intense periods of concentration. What it does is allow you to be more productive when you come back to work. Doing nothing allows you to be more productive when you are working. It also increases your creativity by allowing your mind to wander. It enters into this creative zone. It's like there's a door in your brain marked creativity. And the only way to get there is to do nothing. We're giving attention to the part of our brains that are usually shut off because we're so task focused. Let yourself wander, let your mind wander into that creative space. It also, number three, increases our well being. We are so overcome with emails and news alerts and chat sessions and deciding what to work on, what to tackle, and what do we do next. And then as we said, that stress hormone, cortisol, is going higher and higher and higher, and we're feeling more and more on high alert, which means that our well-being is declining, and it's declining quickly. But by doing nothing, we are improving our well-being. We're increasing our creativity. We're unlocking the ability to be more productive. But many of us are really afraid of doing nothing. It seems scary. Well, if I do nothing, maybe people are going to judge me. Have you ever found yourself jumping up as soon as somebody walks into a room and you've been relaxing and you're like, oh no, I better look busy? What if you were in the middle of this great creative process? You don't have to jump up and you don't have to explain yourself. Doing nothing is making you a better person, a better employee, a better entrepreneur, better parent, better person. So how do you get started? Number one, switch off your phone. Switch off your devices. Remove yourself from that constant stream of dripping stimuli. You don't need it. Switch it off. Get your nose out of your devices. Maybe you want to read a great novel. Sit down and read. Just do nothing. Next, monotask. Do one thing at a time. That's training for doing nothing, and it gets us used to staying present in the moment. Multitasking is a lie. We have been lied to. We used to teach high-level CEOs the joy and the beauty and the how-tos on multitasking, and all it did was make us more stressed out, less productive, less creative, and unhealthy. Monotask. It'll get you ready to start doing nothing. Do one thing at a time, and then meditation. Train your brain to be more present, less distractible. Raise your tolerance for understimulation. Create a space to do nothing. Get out of your devices. Learn to do one thing at a time and take some time to meditate. Go outside for a walk. Look at the beauty of nature. You don't need to be constantly in a state of movement where you're doing. Allow yourself to be. There is great power in doing absolutely nothing. One of my favorite things to do to unwind, to let my brain relax between tasks, is to go in and work on a puzzle. I'll put 10 pieces in and I'll literally count them. I'm going to put 10 pieces in. And by the time I have found those 10 pieces, my brain starts to feel so calm. And with that calmness comes creativity, comes ideas, comes problem solving, comes more productivity. Find the things that allow you to do nothing and become who you were created to become. We spend our times we spend our times doing. And we need to shift that into allowing ourselves the time to become. It is the power of doing absolutely nothing. Your journal prompt today is, I love to do blank when I'm doing nothing. I love to feel blank when I'm doing nothing. I commit to doing nothing this week. I really do care about your well-being. And as a leader, I have realized the power in doing nothing, in increasing my ability to be a better leader, to be able to influence greater and be a greater impact, because I've taken time to increase my own well-being by doing nothing. It's a powerful tool, and I encourage you to tap into it. We're in the beginning of a brand new year. Take some time to do nothing. And I'd love to hear your feedback on the creativity and the problem solving and the greatness you discover in yourself when you do nothing. I'm Carrie V, your biggest fan, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Thank you for joining me on Coffee and Tea with Carrie V.